Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing June reading wrap up. I forgot what month it was, oh my god. June reading wrap up and July TBR. I thought I'd do this quick while I'm downloading footage for another video. If I have it posted, the link will be down below in a little preview. If not, this is the next video after this. So let's get started. Alrighty, so we're gonna start with June reading wrap up. I read 6 books this month, which is good. Last month, before this, I think I read 15 books or 9, one of the two. So this month was a little bit slower, but that's okay. It doesn't matter how many we read. We're reading and we're enjoying it and we're having fun. That's all that matters. So I'm gonna go through all the books and what I rated them. Need my phone for that. So our first book I finished in the month of June was Bright Lights and Summer Nights by Kat Singleton. It is the third and final book of the Black Tie Billionaire series. It follows Emma and Preston. Emma, so within the series, let me start off with that. Within the series, each book is one of the 3 best friends. This is Emma, she's 25. She's having a quarter-life crisis. And she goes to the Hamptons and stays at one of her other friends' houses. That's in one of the other books. And she runs into, oh, I got fan art with the book and it's about to fall out. Cute, right? I know. These are going out of print. So check Kat's TikTok shop if you want this cover. Anyways. And then there's Preston. He's an NFL player. They meet, fake date. It was great. I rated this a 4.5. I'm very chill on my ratings. So it's very hard to not impress me. Because I'm a vibe reader. I go by vibes and how I feel. Book 1 that I read this month. Book 2. I hit the guitar. Book 2. Caught Up by Nafessa Allen. Can we just take a second for this cover? I gotta take off this sticker still. But like, and don't even get me started on the spread edge. The broken glass, gorgeous. So yeah, Caught Up. I rated this, what did I rate it? I rated it a 3.5. I think this was mainly Lauren, good character. I understand her because she's a very big overthinker worrier, and that's like me. But sometimes I was just like getting so annoyed at her for it. It kind of drove me crazy at one point. So that's that. And I listened to the audiobook the same time because Teddy Hamilton voices Nico Jr. Trochi, who is the MMC in this book, and then there's Lauren Marchetti. I forgot to mention that. Apologies. So yeah, it's about Nico Jr. Trochi, call him Jr., and Lauren Marchetti. It's a second chance romance. It's a mafia dark romance. So check trigger warnings. There's quite a few spicy stuff in here. And I don't know how to say this on YouTube, so I'm gonna go with a spicy club is involved. So yeah, check trigger warnings if you want to read this. And I suggest it. I did rate it a 3.5, but that's still good for me. 3s are still like, yes, it's good. I recommend it. So pick this up. Read Lights Out first. Alrighty, the third book I read this month was Enigma by Runix. Can we just take a second for, this is beautiful. I'm trying to remember what, oh yes, the inside is absolutely gorgeous. And then the foiled cover. So yes, this is, as you can see from the cover, it's dark romance, dark academia. I rated this a 4.5. I did pause reading this for a good 10 days, but that's because I was entering a slump and I knew this book was going to be good and I was going to enjoy it, and I didn't want the slump to affect it. So I did pause it until I was like feeling a little bit better. And I'm so glad I did, because I really did enjoy this. So yeah, Dark Academia. It was a slow burn. So if you need something a little bit, takes a little more time to get. Secret Society, murder mystery. If you're looking for some good murder mystery, this is it. She's ice, he's fire. And they go so well together. And some gothic vibes. So if you're in that mood, I highly suggest this. It's great for a rainy day, I do gotta say. So that's Enigma. Okay, and then the next 3 that I read are a part of a series. And I'm going to start the 4th book. And that's the most recent book that's out for the series. But I started the Alabaster Penitentiary series. I don't have the 4th book. It's on my nightstand because I'm about to start it after this. But yeah, there's 4 books out right now. From what I know, there's going to be 6 books. And I'm excited. So we're going to start with book 1, which is Distorted. Oh, this is by Nyla K, by the way. Alabaster Penitentiary series by Nyla K. It's dark romances. And I would definitely, for this series, so I don't forget to mention it later, check your trigger warnings. Go into this cautious, but also go into it open-minded. But yes, this is Distorted, book 1. It's Alabaster Penitentiary, so it's a prison series, romance series. This is an inmate and the correctional officer. There's a plot twist in here, which is kind of the reason why I rated this lower than what I wanted to. But, like, it still made the book, so. Forced proximity, there's mental health representation in this. There is an age gap. Yeah. I rated this a 3.25. Also, I'm not a big fan of male covers, like male humans on the covers, but I don't hate these. So yeah, this is book 1, Distorted. Alrighty, the next book I read, book 2 of Alabaster Penitentiary series, is Joyless. This is an MMF. That's right, MMF. This was my first Why Choose. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. As I said, it's an MMF. Why Choose? It's 3 correctional officers at Alabaster Penitentiary, which is on an isolated island. There's some healing in this, some trauma that they heal from. It's really great. I enjoy it. Workplace romance, obviously. One's kind of Playboy vibes. And then Golden Retriever and Black Cat. I can't really say too much without spoiling. And you also want to read these in order, because they will definitely, if you read this before Distorted, you will definitely be spoiled about Distorted. And so on and so forth. So read this in order. Usually I'm like, you don't really need to, but I always suggest interconnected standalones to be read in order. Just so you get it all. So yes, Joyless, I rated this 4 stars. And then the last book I read in the month of June, Brainwashed. 3rd book of the series. This is my favorite one so far. However, I'm really excited for what I'm going to start after this. This I rated 4.25 stars. It is an inmate. He is a serial unaliver. And his new psychiatrist doctor. Ooh, it's great. Yeah, so once again, dark romance. There is an age gap in this. As I said, serial unaliver. Forbidden romance, obviously, because it's a psychiatrist and an inmate in an isolated island prison. And there's hurt but comfort in it, so this one's my favorite one so far of the books. So yes, that concludes the June wrap up. I don't know how to hold these. Let's switch on over to the July TBR. Alrighty, took a quick dinner break, but we're back for our July TBR. I'm not the best at following TBRs, if we're being honest. I've maybe read 1 or 2 of the books that I select. So we'll see how well this goes. How about this is more of a July to be considered. Because, you know, I feel like not that many people are good with TBRs. If you are, congrats. I wish I could, but I can't. So let's start. Okay, here's one. Published in 2020. I don't know if you can even read that. Published in 2020. I don't know. Let's see what Allie Hazelwood has. There's one specific book I really want to read, because I also really want to read Problematic Summer Romance this summer. I have a feeling this isn't going to be 2020, but 2024. This was last year? I guess that's right. Okay. Let's go to my TBR cart, actually. Let's see if some of my 2025 reads that I want to read in 2025. Let's see if any of those were published in 2020. I know Keep My Vein Striker won't be Garnet Flats. 2024. Pictures of You, I think, was pretty recent as well. 2024, yeah. Binding 13? Maybe? 2023? Well, it says 2018 and 2023. Copyright 20. Either way, it's not 2020. Paradise Problem. I feel like this is newer. 24 was Akatar. This edition was 2020. Okay, Pile. Let's see Song of Achilles. I feel like this was before 2020. Holy moly. 2012? 2012, I was 11. Oh my god, that's also 2020. Both of these are 2020. Oh no, these are both on my 2025 TBR too. So that's an issue. Oh no. So yeah, for right now, these are gonna be our two options. Okay, so I've gone to Maddie and she said Akatar, so we're gonna go with Akatar. Yes, technically it was published in 2015, but this paperback edition was published in 2020. So I'm gonna make that my little loophole, because I've also been really meaning to read this the past few months, but I just haven't. But I really want to, so this is our first book. I don't know how many we're gonna do. We're gonna go off a feel. Vibes. Feels. Okay, anyways. Published in 2023. Why do I keep getting the published ones? Ooh, let me show you. Published. No, don't focus on me. Published in 2023. Is this just gonna be a one for each year? Well, anyways, let's go back to my TBR cart, because if I'm not mistaken, I did say 2023 in the past. I could just do this entire video over here. This would be a lot easier than running back and forth. Okay, so we're gonna go through my TBR card again to determine. Published in 2023. Okay, it says 2018 and 2023. So this is gonna be an option, because I had that loophole before. We're gonna keep it again. Let me see what else there is. Alrighty, so I grabbed a stack of books published in 2023. Let's go through them real quick. We have Fragrance by Nyla K, Binding 13, Chloe Walsh, Chicken Mate, Allie Hazelwood, Blood and Steel from Helen. I don't want to butcher that last name. Sure. Assistant to the Villain from Hannah Nicole Meyer. And Divine Rivals from Rebecca Ross. So I have a fantasy. I kind of want to make it as even as possible. So I think I'm going to put the fantasy aside for this one. And I already plan on reading this next, I believe. This is what I'm going to start tonight or tomorrow. But I'm like, do I try to go for another one? We're going to do Fragments. That way we have a guaranteed at least one finishing on the TBR. I don't think this is a published one, so that's good. Yes, it is. Okay, published in 2019. We're gonna skip, because I already had 2 published. That is so funny. I just added those today too, because I was like, I'm forgetting those. Next one. Something LGBTQIA+. I like that. Okay. Even though Pride's ending. But it never ends, actually. Well, Pride Month ends. Quote unquote. But it's always Pride, so I'm excited. I have some Casey McQuiston. Those are all LGBTQ. I've gathered 4 options. But you are counting that right, there was 5, but that's because I have 2 copies of Dragonfall. So, speaking of, I've got Dragonfall by Ella Lamb. Look at this beautiful Spirit Edge. And then One Last Stop, Casey McQuiston. Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Is it Madeline or Madeline? I've had this discussion so many times. And Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, V.E. Schwab. I think I'm gonna go with one of these 2. We're gonna do One Last Stop because I've been reading a lot of MM lately, and I need a LGBTQIA book that's not MM. That's my main reason. Also, it gives a little more summer vibes just based off of the cover. And this is a summer. I'm trying to do a July TBR, but my TBR jar is not getting that. So we're gonna try for this. Next, I need to find a bigger jar. Let's see. Ooh, orange cover. I don't think I have many orange covers. The orange cover I know I for sure have is A Court of Silver Flames, but I obviously can't read that because I haven't read any of the books before it. Do I need to read Ready or Not before this? Are those within the series? Like, is this a series? I honestly don't know. I don't think so. This might be our only orange cover. And this would help because I need more summer reads. And this seems summery, and I've heard really good things about this. So, our only option is Promise Me Sunshine. So, we're gonna go with that. Alrighty, our next pick, I believe, which will be our 5th. Ooh, okay, so this one says physical TBR. So what I do with this, what I do is I have a jar that's full of all of my physical TBR, and I'll pick from there. Alrighty, this is my physical TBR jar. So let's see what the jar wants me to read physically. Okay, it says Caught Up, which is Caught Up by Nivessa Allen, but I already read that. So we're gonna toss this. I don't know if you can read it, but it says The Naturals. Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I heard it's like Criminal Minds, and I love Criminal Minds. What an interesting TBR I have right now. We're gonna do one more. Try to get a summer. This isn't very summery. So we have it says F1. I don't know if it's focusing. F1, because I have my whole shelf. Top shelf here, this is all F1 based. I've read Across the Line and Pole Position. Ride With Me just came out not that long ago, and it's the 2nd book in the series with Across the Line. So I think I'm gonna go with that one. There we go. This is the weirdest TBR ever. To me. It might not be to you, but to me I'm like, maybe it's because it's not what I was expecting. Because there's like, I don't know. I'm also trying not to be like, no, let's put that back. Let's do a different prompt, because before recording videos, as if this is my first one, my first recorded TBR, as if before that I didn't, I would always put them back and be like, no, because I'm very much a mood reader. That's my issue with TBRs, and why I can't complete them ever, because I'm a mood reader. Anyways, we have completed the TBR. We have 1, 2, 3, we have 6 on here. We'll see how many we actually get through. Books are okay. We're gonna go through them one more time. Our first was a book published in 2020. Yes, book published in 2020. I went with ACOTAR. The book was technically first time published in 2015, but this edition, this cover, was published in 2020. So that's our loophole with this one, published in 2020. And then our next one is published in 2023, which I chose Fragments by Nyla K, since I've been reading this series anyways. And it's a guaranteed at least one on the TBR has been read. And then the next one is something LGBTQIA. We have One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I'm excited. I really hope that I get in the mood at some point this month to read this, because I really need to read more of Casey's work. And then the next one is an orange cover. I don't really have that many orange covers, and if I do, they're in a series, the books I haven't read yet. But we do have Promise Me Sunshine, which has a lot of orange in it. So this is what we're going with. Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bestone. And probably the most summery out of all these books. So excited for that. And then my TBR jar said to pick from my physical jar. So we got The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I've been meaning to read this forever. So if I hope I get to it as well. If not, this is definitely, I'm gonna read this by the end of the year. Don't quote me on it, but quote me on it. Hold me accountable. And then our final one was something F1, and I chose Ride With Me by Simone Sultani. So yes, those are the 6 books for my TBR for July. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you think, and which of this pile is your favorite. And let me know what books you're reading in July or plan to. Yeah, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed my June wrap up and July TBR picking. And we'll reconvene with these at the end of the month to see what we've actually got through. But there will be videos before that. But I'm just saying, you might not see these books in a pile again until then. You know, okay. Well, anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you all very much. Have the most beautiful day ever.